This episode is brought to you by H1M. New horror. Subscribe now. Don't listen alone. Welcome to Haunted Grove, the podcast that drags you into the darkest corners of the supernatural. Each episode delivers chilling short stories of vengeful spirits, haunted places, and things that should not exist. These are true encounters with the unknown, told to unsettle, disturb, and stay with you. Are you ready to face your fears? Then step into the grove and let the horror begin. My name is Eric Trenholm. I was 17 the night my life twisted into something I still don't understand. It was November, cold and wet. I'd been thrown out of my house by my mother's boyfriend, a man who hated me from the day we met. It started over a stolen toolkit from an abandoned factory near the edge of town. I'd taken it, and I guess I shouldn't have. That night, the yelling got worse than ever. I packed what I could into an old duffel, and I left. I had $250 in the bank. For 2 days, I walked the outskirts of town, hiding behind dumpsters, sleeping beneath delivery trucks. No place to go, no plan. On the third night, I wound up in an old diner off Highway 50. A coffee bought me 2 hours of warmth. But then I saw someone come in, a friend of my mother's boyfriend. His eyes found me, and I knew I had to leave. I walked into the cold rain. Across the road, on top of a hill, stood a motel, dark, dead, forgotten, a sign. Its letters hidden beneath a tattered plastic sheet. I climbed that hill, pulled tight my jacket, and reached the motel's second floor. Room 210. The door was ajar. I stepped inside. No furniture, no bed, just bare carpet and the smell of mildew. I barricaded the door with a broken chair I found, and I lay down. I must have dozed, because the knock startled me awake. A man's voice, not in English, words I couldn't place. The door creaked open against my makeshift barricade. A figure in the dark, gaunt, tall, blonde hair hanging wet over his face. His hands were up, as if to say, "I mean no harm." He pointed down the walkway and made the gesture for sleep. Then he was gone. I sat there for a long time, staring at that door, listening to the rain. When I dared to look out, he was 3 doors down, in 216. A while later, he came back, offering me a sandwich in a plastic wrapper. I didn't want it, but I took it. And then he vanished into his room again. Hours passed. I couldn't sleep. The room felt colder. That's when I noticed the wall behind the dresser. The air moved there, just a little. I pushed the dresser aside, and I saw it. A hole, jagged, leading into darkness. A passage, cut through to the next room. I crawled through. Room 212 was worse, rotted, smashed, and another hole leading on. I went. Room 214, and then 216, where the stranger had gone. There, in the center, stood 4 tall mirrors, forming a box. Inside, a single chair, a candle, long since burned out. On the floor, pieces of glass and wood, each with a letter scrawled on it. The words they formed make the circle. He comes tonight. While he sleeps, I fled. But outside, a car waited, engine on, driver's door open. It was my mother's boyfriend's car. I got in, and he wasn't there. But the stranger was, in the passenger seat, holding a machete. "We're going to Cedar Hollow," he said. I drove, and at the bottom of the hill, I crashed the car on purpose. I survived. He didn't. Years later, I found myself standing at Cedar Hollow Cemetery. No one left who remembered that night. No one left who cared. And as I walked between the crumbling stones, I wondered if whatever he meant to summon was still waiting for me. And that's where we leave you for this journey into the unknown on Haunted Grove. Thank you for daring to listen to tonight's chilling tales. If these stories have lingered with you, please consider following us on Spotify or wherever you listen to podcasts, and leave a rating or review. It truly helps more sleepless souls find their way to the Grove. Join us again in 2 weeks for another descent into the darkness. Until then, keep the lights on and stay safe.